After an incredible trip to Lyon, France this past Sunday, we are back on American soil. Tonight, we are live from the Frostbank Center in Alamo City, San Antonio, Texas for Thursday Night SmackDown. We take you to a few nights ago at Backlash, where we witnessed a clash that won't soon be forgotten. Ilja Dragunov defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Cody Rhodes, and what a memorable fight it was. There were questions in the lead-up as to if Ilja could defeat Cody one-on-one. Well, the man Dragon certainly silenced any doubters as he kept down Rhodes and left Lyon still the world's champion. But tonight, we start down the road to finding the next #1 contender. Not one, not two, but three qualifying matches taking place this evening. All three winners will advance to a triple threat encounter next week, where the winner will earn a shot at Ilja Dragunov on Sunday night, May 25th in Glasgow, Scotland at Clash at the Castle. Tonight, the phenomenal AJ Styles looks to continue his momentum coming out of last week's SmackDown as he goes up against the Prince Finn Balor, who's looking to bounce back after a loss to the Usos this past Sunday. And speaking of the Usos, main event, Jey Uso himself steps into the ring with the ever-intimidating Karrion Kross. That matchup will kick us off in moments right here on SmackDown. And tonight, in your headlining affair, it's a rematch from 2 weeks ago as the big Aussie, Bronson Reed, faces off with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Reed left Cody laying with a steel chair attack at a tsunami 2 weeks ago. Rhodes, coming off that major loss at Backlash, looks to get back in world's title contention. It's a high stakes, high rewards kind of night right here in San Antonio on Thursday Night SmackDown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Usos from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds. Main event, Jey Uso!
It was this past Sunday at Backlash that this man, main event, Jey Uso, sent France into a frenzy alongside his brother Jimmy. The Usos reuniting for the first time since September at No Mercy. Jey and Jimmy taking down the challenge of the Judgment Day, the Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and the Prince, Finn Balor. The bad blood between all those men had spilled over from last year right here to SmackDown in recent weeks, but the Usos finally putting the issue to bed this past Sunday at Backlash. And one of the most popular superstars in WWE today, main event, Jey Uso, is looking to climb the ladder here on SmackDown. He had an incredible reign that kicked off on Halloween night last year, led him all the way into WrestleMania as the United States Champion. Maybe tonight is where Jey Uso takes one step forward into becoming World Heavyweight Champion here on SmackDown. Well, it is not going to be an easy task if main event Jey wants to get his chance at the big gold belt. 3 matches tonight. All the winners moving on to Glendale, Arizona for a triple threat #1 contender spot next week. Standing in Jey Uso's way, the harbinger of doom, Karrion Kross. This is a first time ever matchup, and you gotta believe that Karrion Kross is fired up and frustrated after the loss 7 nights ago to the phenomenal AJ Styles. Kross and AJ Styles has been at each other's throats for months. It started over on Monday Night Raw and has continued here on SmackDown since both men were drafted over the Blue Brand back in the month of March. Karrion Kross defeating AJ Styles back in WrestleMania. Styles defeating Kross 7 nights ago right here on SmackDown. But now Karrion Kross looks to put those issues behind him, at least for now, Tonight, he focuses in on main event Jey Uso. The winner of this matchup will be the first to punch their ticket to next week's SmackDown main event, all in hopes of becoming the #1 contender to Ilja Dragunov's World Heavyweight Championship. Karrion Kross ever focused, with Scarlett by his side. We have seen how dangerous and how destructive the Harbinger of Doom can be throughout his WWE career. But one thing that has eluded Karrion Kross is singles gold, whether it's been on Raw or SmackDown. Could Karrion move one step closer to finally capturing some hardware on the 25th of May at Clash at the Castle? Well, it is going to be an action-packed night right here on Thursday Night SmackDown. We are live from the Alamo City of San Antonio, Texas. Karrion Kross, Jey Uso, the first of 3 qualifying bouts right here tonight on SmackDown. I want to thank you for joining us live here on the Blue Brand, just a few nights removed from what was an exciting and exhilarating Backlash event in Lyon, France. As we said moments ago, we are back on American soil for Thursday Night SmackDown, and we are underway here. Karrion Kross and Jey Uso looking to take advantage of the opportunity that is at hand. As for Karrion Kross, he has had a couple of opportunities in his day at Championship Gold. There was times on Monday Night Raw he was challenging for the WWE Championship, the Intercontinental title as well. None of those situations going the way of the Harbinger of Doom. Karrion Kross is really starting to put the pieces together over the last few months. No doubt the biggest victory of his main roster career. Taking place, we should say, back at WrestleMania when he kept down, as we mentioned, another former WWE champion, AJ Styles. Although Kross might have fell short of the phenomenal one last week, he could find a way to channel that frustration and hone it in on main event Jey. Well, Karrion Kross could be on the verge of a massive opportunity. Make no mistake about it, just as we said, it's not going to be an easy road for Jey Uso. It ain't going to be an easy road for Karrion Kross either. Jey Uso has had to feel like a pressure has been lifted off his shoulder, a stress, if you will, after finally putting the Judgment Day issue to bed this past Sunday night at Backlash. And Jey Uso can once again focus on his career here on SmackDown. Former United States champion, had a hell of a reign at that. Maybe main event Jey is going to move one step closer to becoming world champion. Not if he makes mistakes like that. Overcommitted with the headbutt off the middle rope. Karrion Kross able to sidestep. And a high knee. The Harbinger of Doom, as dangerous as they come. Former NXT champion. We're going to find his name in the lights here on Thursday Night SmackDown. Saw just as Jey Uso was starting to mount some offense, Karrion Kross pulling the rug right out from underneath Jey's feet. Karrion Kross has his way. He will beat down, incapacitate Jey Uso, pick him apart until he so deems a bell should sound here in San Antonio. Not looking good for Jey right now. As Karrion Kross having him pinned in the corner and just drilling those boots right to the chest cavity of main event. Jey Uso. Karrion Kross has been waiting for an opportunity. We said back at WrestleMania that night was a put up or shut up for Karrion Kross. That night was a go big or go home. Tonight another one of those instances for the Harbinger of Doom. Jey Uso rolled to the outside. Karrion Kross closing that gap real quick with another high knee, and now sends Jey right into the LED post. Jey Uso may be feeling a new leash on his career here on SmackDown after the events of Backlash. And he can't be feeling too good about the offense that Karrion Kross is instituting at the current moment. Former United States champion looking up at the lights here, and Karrion Kross is loving it. Jey Uso seeing very little offense. It has been one-way traffic for the majority of this matchup as Kross now coming up for the axe hammer off the middle rope. Some of those high-risk maneuvers not paying either man dividends thus far, and it allows Jey Uso a little scoop and a slam and an elbow right to the heart. And maybe that was the opportunity that Jey needs to get back and control this contest in a crossbody. San Antonio on their feet for one of the most popular superstars in the industry today. Oh, man. kick landed right on the money. Second time in the matchup. Into the cover. Goes Jey Uso. This one's not over yet. 3 spots available in the triple threat #1 contenders match next week on SmackDown. We're going to determine those 3 spots right here tonight. Karrion Kross again, stopping Jey Uso's comeback as it was beginning to rally. Down goes Jey off the suplex variation, and all of a sudden the wind has been taken out of the sails of this entire audience. Oh, there's Jey for a reversal. Jey heading to the top here, a little bit slow, and Karrion Kross right there. Down goes Jey Uso off the top rope. Karrion Kross just not allowing Jey Uso to get going here on Thursday Night SmackDown. Wrestling his style of matchup. Beat you down in your face, take no prisoners, Doomsday Saito! Oh, but this one's not over yet. Jey Uso popping the shoulder off the canvas. This matchup gonna live another moment. You notice that corner has been exposed by Scarlett momentarily. I don't know if referee Charles Robinson has caught that yet, but if Karrion Kross has his way, I'm sure Jey Uso will be meeting that steel sooner rather than later. But right now, Exploder into the opposite buckles. Kross may not need the underhanded tactic. He may have Jey Uso beat. Oh, there's Jey. Trying to survive that Exploder into the buckles. He's doing a damn good job of fighting off the pain and punishment. Float over an EDT. Spiking Kross right in his crown. Go for this. Oh no, super kick right to the abdominal and a shot right to the jawline. Jey Uso now has got an opportunity, and hold on here. Oh, Scarlett's on the apron. Referee Charles Robinson fixes up the exposed steel, and Scarlett taking the moment to distract Jey Uso, allowing Karrion Kross to come from behind. Jey Uso may be fighting an uphill battle tonight, a numbers game, but isn't he oh so familiar with having to outlast numbers game? Kross went for the axe hammer. Jey able to counter, pop up, neck breaker, down to the canvas. Oh, so close to victory was Jey Uso, but Karrion Kross still alive. Oh, now Karrion sits to the outside. Jey going to the skies of San Antonio. Jey Uso throwing caution in the wind, all in hopes of moving on to Glendale next week to participate in the #1 contenders triple threat bout. Karrion Kross on wobbly foundation after he was just crushed by Jey Uso moments ago, and Jey continuing the offense. Wait a minute here. Hold on, Finn Balor and Jimmy Uso. Finn Balor attacking Jimmy Uso in the backstage area here. Oh, come on. I thought we put this issue to bed. Sunday night at Backlash, the beatdown continuing as Balor is all over Big Jim. Well, Jey Uso's eye has been taken off the ball, ladies and gentlemen. His attention to the monitors at the top of the entrance ramp. Karrion Kross taking advantage. Jey distracted. And a cross jacket locked in. Jey nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Breath is leaving the lungs, and he's got no choice but to tap out.
Here is your winner, Karrion Kross.
Jey Uso saw what was happening backstage on the Tron. Distracted momentarily, Karrion Kross takes advantage. And Kross is on his way to the #1 contenders triple threat bout next Thursday night here on SmackDown. After the dust has settled at Backlash, the road only gets rougher. The journey takes us across the sea to a land of warriors, a country of legends. This is Scotland, the heart of the Highlands, and live from the OVO Hydro Arena in Glasgow, WWE brings the fight to the proud and passionate fans of the North. In a place where every echo feels like thunder and every battle feels like war. Titles will be defended, scores will be settled, and history will be written in stone. The stars are coming, the stakes are rising, and when the clash begins, only the strong will survive. Live from the pride of Scotland, this is Clash at the Castle. We want to take you back to this past Sunday night at Backlash. The Women's World Championship on the line as Io Sky defended the gold against the Judgment Day's newest acquisition, Dirty Dom's new girlfriend, Liv Morgan. Io Sky very aggressive in this matchup, hell-bent on getting retribution over Liv Morgan, who left her laying multiple times in the lead up to this contest. Io Sky added a wrinkle to her arsenal. Submission hold that kept down Liv Morgan. Liv tapping out, and Io leaving Lyon France still the Women's World Champion. We are back here in San Antonio on Thursday Night SmackDown, and Piper Niven set for a one-on-one action against somebody Io Sky is extremely familiar with, another Kabuki Warrior representative, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Piper Niven has been making some waves as of late on SmackDown. Almost feels like she's taking the charge in this tag team with Chelsea Green. Piper Niven ambushing Asuka weeks ago, left her laying at ringside, followed that up shortly after with an ambush on the Women's United States Champion Kairi Sane as well. Last week here on SmackDown, we saw Liv, Piper, and Chelsea keep down the Kabuki Warriors in a 6-woman tag team bout. But Asuka's still looking to get some payback on Piper Niven after the ambush several weeks back. Tonight, they go one-on-one. It's the Empress versus Piper right here on SmackDown.
And her opponent, accompanied by Kairi Sane, representing the Kabuki Warriors from Osaka, Japan, Asuka!
Well, Kairi Sane already with 2 successful defenses of that Women's United States Championship under her belt. Keeping down Alexa Bliss in the first SmackDown of the season just a few weeks ago, keeping down Naomi right here on SmackDown. But tonight about more than just championship gold. Tonight is about Asuka and really the Kabuki Warriors in general, showing they ain't going to be a pushover to whoever Piper Niven is trying to build here on SmackDown. Obvious that Piper Niven is trying to get herself in championship contention. Obviously is trying to raise the bar, take the next step. But Asuka, Kairi, and Io Sky, who have been pillars of the SmackDown Women's Division over the last year plus. These women looking to hold their stake, hold firm at the top of the mountain. There's a score to settle between Asuka and Piper Niven, and they're going to go at it right here, live from San Antonio. Asuka's going to be reeling after that 6-woman tag team bout last week, as we mentioned. Asuka, Kairi, Io Sky, they fell short to Chelsea, Piper, and Liv Morgan just last week on SmackDown. It's Liv Morgan who pinned Asuka's shoulders to the mat. And it's Piper Niven who's reminding Asuka of the pain of yesterday, if you will. Piper Niven ambushing Asuka several weeks back as Asuka had approached the ring for a matchup against Liv Morgan. Piper did not give Asuka any room to breathe on that night, and she ain't giving Asuka any room to breathe tonight either. It's obvious that Piper Niven wants to make a mark here on SmackDown. Oh, look at that. Kairi Sane up on the apron, taking Piper's eye off the ball. Asuka with the backslide, and wait a minute, now Chelsea Green pulling referee Jessica Carr out of the ring. There's some outside interference on both sides of the ring as Asuka and Piper going at it inside the ring. Well, there certainly isn't no love lost between all of these women after the last couple of weeks here on SmackDown. Back to a normal playing field, at least for now. Asuka sent into the corner and just body splashed by Piper. That is one tough Scottish woman. Meanwhile, Chelsea Green on the outside should not be allowed to put her hands on Asuka. If I say that's already twice Chelsea has gotten involved in this matchup in the last minute. With 3 strikes, you're out. Referee Jessica Carr should be keeping her eye on Chelsea Green. Nonetheless, Asuka finding herself in a predicament here as Piper Niven just looking to dominate a woman who at one point in time was one of the most dominating superstars in all of WWE. Asuka looking to remind Piper just that, and the palm strike takes Piper right off her feet. Women's World Champion Io Sky not here tonight at the Frostbank Center, recuperating from last week's 6-woman tag team matchup and this past Sunday's Women's World Championship defense. I am sure wherever she has got her eyes on this contest between Asuka and Piper right here in the Frostbank Center. Asuka didn't get all of that kick, but got enough to keep Piper Niven down momentarily. Empress of Tomorrow looking to prove that you ain't gonna be making your name off the Kabuki Warriors' behalf. Double knees, down goes Piper again. But can she keep her down for the 3 count? That's the question that's at hand, and the answer so far is not yet. Asuka now scaling the ropes, ain't never been afraid to leave the soles of her boots, quite like her tag team partners, but there's Piper Niven making her live to regret that decision. Ragdolling her off the middle rope and follows it up with a senton. And nothing the Women's United States Champion Kairi Sane can do but watch. Piper certainly happy with the havoc she has caused in recent weeks on SmackDown. Sending Asuka back inside of the ring. And again, using all her weight to come crushing down on the Empress. A body splash. Asuka may be in trouble. Here she comes again. Might need a shovel to get Asuka off the canvas here. And Piper now looking for an exclamation point. Down goes the Empress one more time. Piper Niven into the cover. Academic from here. Piper making a statement live on SmackDown.
Here is your winner, Piper Niven.
Well, like her or not, Piper Niven, along with Chelsea Green, continues to make some waves on SmackDown. And it has come at the expense of the Kabuki Warriors week in and week out. Wait a minute, what the hell's going on backstage here? Andrade and Austin Theory. Well, these two men got some bad blood going back a couple of weeks. Remember, Andrade felt disrespected by Theory. They went one-on-one. Theory, with help of an exposed turnbuckle, cheated Andrade at a victory. Well, that was 2 weeks ago here on SmackDown, but it looks like Andrade and Theory have come to blows in the backstage area. I don't know who started it, but right now it looks like Andrade might finish it. Oh no, Theory up against that table. Elite Low here. Just put Austin Theory through the table backstage. Oh man, we got a situation here. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry to exclusive kickoff shows before each and every premium live event. Also, witness bi-monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain and see how Universe mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass Noah Nation Gaming channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. It's a better time than any to become a Donation Gaming channel member. Hit that join button down below, become a channel member, and punch your ticket to Beach Blast on Saturday night, May 31st, live from Bakersfield, California. LA Knight, Lyra Valkyria, and more already signed. Hit the join button down below, become a Donation Gaming channel member. We'll see you at Beach Blast on the 31st. But who is going to join Karrion Kross next Thursday night in Glendale? A triple threat match to crown Ilja Dragunov's #1 contender awaits. Karrion Kross has punched his ticket. Will it be Finn Balor? Will it be AJ Styles? Who's next to join the fight?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day. From Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor!
Well, unfortunately, this is not the first time Finn Balor is gracing our screens tonight. We saw what happened just a bit ago as he ambushed Jey Uso backstage, an attack that would take Jey Uso's eye off the ball and allow him to be tapped out, choked out by the Harbinger of Doom, Karrion Kross. Silly of us to think that the Judgment Day were just going to sit idly by and allow that victory for the Usos this past Sunday to go without notice. Nonetheless, Finn Balor making his presence felt already earlier tonight. Whether he meant to or not, he aided Karrion Kross in victory, so how interesting it could be if Balor and Kross end up in the same fight next Thursday night in Glendale, Arizona. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves here because Finn Balor's got his hands full with the man who defeated Karrion Kross last Thursday night right here on SmackDown. That's a former WWE champion in the phenomenal AJ Styles. These two men know each other very well. Tonight they lock horns once more. Qualifying bout. Who's heading to the #1 contenders triple threat match?
You don't want none.
You only have to go back to last December, the last time AJ Styles was a world champion here in WWE. And by the end of May, if AJ Styles plays his cards correctly, he could once again be a world champion right here on SmackDown.
And his opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Oh, wait a minute! JD McDonough ambushing AJ Styles in the aisleway. Oh, just soften it up, AJ. A sneak attack by Judgment Day member JD McDonough, and I'll throw in Styles right into the line of fire for the Prince Finn Balor. Well, Styles obviously shake it up, just got blasted in the back of the neck and then sent right into those diamond-plated steel steps. The matchup has begun, and Finn Balor now gonna attack. Anything that Judgment Day can do to get ahead, they'll do it. Any shortcut. Finn Balor already tonight with the attack on Jey Uso backstage that aided Karrion Kross in a victory over Jey Uso. And now, as he is set to go one-on-one with AJ Styles, there's JD McDonough softening up the phenomenal one. Mr. Balor was feeling a little nervous when he saw he was signed on for this matchup with AJ Styles tonight. Obviously looking to take the opportunity after Styles' victory last week. No way Finn Balor was going to go one-on-one with AJ Styles and not try to find a hook and a crook. Typical Judgment Day actions. Nonetheless, this matchup is underway, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the Prince Finn Balor, the phenomenal AJ Styles. With all the antics, if you will, of the Judgment Day aside, Finn Balor, an incredible talent, so is AJ Styles. Both of these men extremely capable of becoming a world champion here on SmackDown. Who is going to move one step closer here tonight in San Antonio? If this keeps up, Finn Balor's going to coast to victory. Nearly had Styles put away that time. JD McDonough with a quick attack, but an effective one. A jump from behind, taking AJ's eye off the ball, shaking up his mindset. Just throwing AJ right into the den of wolves, if you will. AJ has had no room to breathe. It has been one-way traffic since even before the opening bell. Finn Balor has his way. This is going to keep up exactly as you see. Finn Balor would love to coast to victory tonight, preserve as much energy for the triple threat next week on SmackDown, and try to find his way to being in the ring with Ilja Dragunov on the 25th in Glasgow. AJ Styles, no answer at the given moment. Just last week, Styles was riding a high off a victory over Karrion Kross. Right now, a completely different story is being written. Oh, there's Styles finally creating a little bit of distance. Couple of shots, and AJ Styles with a drop kick. Down goes Finn, and finally Styles has got some daylight here, dropping Balor with a knee. AJ Styles. As we mentioned, you only have to go back to this past December, the last time he was a world champion here in the WWE. That was the WWE Championship over on Monday Night Raw. But if Styles can win tonight, win next week, he'll have a chance to become world champion here on SmackDown if he can meet Dragunov at Clash at the Castle. What a phenomenal, all pun intended, fight that would be between Styles and the Czar. Styles is just trying to continue to refocus, continue to keep this offense up over Balor. I'm sure he's feeling a little bit pissed off and frustrated as to how this matchup started. If Styles can channel that energy, he might have that extra advantage to keep down Finn Balor in this qualifying bout. Finn Balor out on the apron. And just as it worked out for Styles creating that distance, it works for Finn as well. And now Styles getting hung up in the top rope. Balor upset after he was dropped with a 1D, and the Judgment Day fell to the Usos this past Sunday night. And he is making all of SmackDown pay so far here at San Antonio. Balor swing blade, Styles in trouble, drop kick to the side of the dome. We talked about in recent weeks, Styles putting on some muscle, that frame getting extra bulky. Certainly going to aid him in victories, give him a power advantage. But unfortunately tonight he really hasn't been able to institute it. Styles is wrestling a defensive bout ever since how this matchup started. Finn Balor just doing all he can to ground AJ Styles, take the wind out of his sails, pop that balloon of the excitement of this audience. This is what Finn Balor loves. As long as the Judgment Day gets their way, Balor doesn't care how he gets there. AJ in trouble. Brain buster by Balor. That's it. Balor's going to Glendale next Thursday night. Not just yet. AJ Styles still alive. AJ still in this fight, regardless of how this matchup has progressed thus far. Styles showing resilience, showing that he may just want this more. Balor now out of the corner, another drop kick to the side of the head of AJ. AJ Styles is surviving, but he certainly isn't thriving. Ever since that attack by JD McDonough, Finn Balor has wrestled majority his style of matchup. He has dictated the pace, he has pushed the pressure when he so needs. Balor now going to the top, could be looking for a coup de grace. AJ Styles gets out of the way. AJ avoids disaster. Down goes Balor. Maybe AJ Styles has got a last-ditch effort. Springboard, forearm, right to the jaw. AJ Styles nearly saw this matchup go up in smoke. Springboard again, moonsault into the neck breaker. How does Styles continue to do it? One of the best to ever lace up a pair of boots, no doubt about it. AJ now with Balor, fireman's carry position, down he goes. AJ Styles has just cut from a different cloth, heading to the top rope, dropping that elbow right in the heart. And maybe Styles has mounted enough. Maybe not. Wanted to see if he had enough for that comeback for the victory. Unfortunately, this one's not over yet. Second fireman's carry, dropping Balor right on the knee. Styles flying around this ring like it's nobody's business. AJ now, laser focused. Oh, Balor, I believe that was a right to the eyes. Referee Charles Robinson a little bit out of position, unable to call it. Just when you thought Styles was about to put the exclamation point on this matchup, well, here you go again, another reversal by the Phenomenal One. Will Styles and Kross be back inside the ring with each other next week? So much history between those two men. Back and forth we start to go. There's Balor knocking AJ off his feet. Balor now grabbing a hold. Another reversal by the Phenomenal One. AJ Styles with the takedown. Finn Balor may have only lit a flame under AJ Styles here tonight. Styles might just want it more and might just want that victory over Finn Balor more. Balor on top. Styles could be looking for a little Frankensteiner. Oh, Finn able to put the brakes on. Finn able to put the brakes on. Down goes AJ Styles. Crash and burn by the Phenomenal One. Balor heads back to the top. Coup de grace. AJ Styles fighting a defensive battle ever since he was attacked by JD McDonough. And the message was written in stone. The Judgment Day does what the Judgment Day so pleases. AJ Styles outnumbered in a sense tonight, fighting an uphill battle, and ultimately the Prince Finn Balor is the man who benefited. Well, not only did he cost Jey Uso a spot in the triple threat matchup, he punches his ticket to the triple threat matchup next week. So far, it's Karrion Kross, it's Finn Balor. Will it be Bronson Reed, or will... Oh, wait a minute! Jey Uso back inside the ring, and he's going after Finn Balor. Well, I'm sure Jey thought, oh, and there's a spear. I'm sure Jey thought, just like the rest of us, that Backlash was the end of the line. But as you saw earlier tonight, clearly the Judgment Day is not done with the Usos yet. And obviously, after Balor cost Jey Uso his matchup earlier tonight and ambushed Jimmy in the backstage area, Jey now coming to get him some of the Prince. Well, Finn Balor may be the victor here over AJ Styles, but he certainly isn't looking like at the given moment. Things are breaking down here in the Frostbank Center. Main event Jey, Finn Balor, back and forth here at ringside. Oof. You gotta remember, it was less than a half hour ago that Jey was tapped out inside of that ring here on SmackDown. Still may be feeling the wounds from it. But he is letting that anger, that frustration fuel him at the given moment to be all over Finn Balor in this ambush. Well, hell, there's no love lost. It's an eye for an eye at this point between these two individuals. They are way past the point of just bad blood. Oh no, Jey and Finn on top of the announce table here. Jey Uso throwing some haymakers. Oh my goodness, and the table didn't even budge. DDT right to Finn. And now Jey coming off the table. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from one brewing situation to another, we saw what happened earlier tonight backstage between Andrade and Austin Theory. The catalyst for it is what happened 2 weeks ago. As you see, referee Adrian Butler's eye taken off the ball. Austin Theory continuously exposing the steel around in the ring, something that ultimately benefited Theory, sending Andrade right to that cold steel, followed up with an 8-count down. Theory stealing victory away from Andrade 2 weeks ago. Andrade felt disrespected just a few weeks prior to that by Austin Theory, then getting cheated out of victory. There is something brewing between these two superstars here on SmackDown. And after Theory cheated Andrade 2 weeks ago, they will meet in a rematch next Saturday night, live from Phoenix on Saturday night's main event. Andrade Theory. They're set to go one-on-one. It's coming your way next Saturday in Phoenix. After the dust has settled at Backlash, the road only gets rougher. The journey takes us across the sea to a land of warriors, a country of legends. This is Scotland, the heart of the Highlands, and live from the OVO Hydro Arena in Glasgow, WWE brings the fight to the proud and passionate fans of the North. In a place where every echo feels like thunder, and every battle feels like war. Titles will be defended, scores will be settled, and history will be written in stone. The stars are coming, the stakes are rising, and when the clash begins, only the strong will survive. Live from the pride of Scotland, this is Clash at the Castle. Well, we're back here on SmackDown. The United States Champion, the megastar, LA Knight. He's got a microphone in hand, and he's got something on his mind. Throwing down the gauntlet to the head of Gallus, Joe Coffey. Oh, and LA Knight with a shot with the microphone right off the head of Joe Coffey. Oh, now Coffey giving it right back to him. Oh, man, well, we knew something was brewing between these two superstars ever since Gallus arrived here on SmackDown. LA Knight has been a target of Joe Coffey. And LA fearing the fight right back. We have seen Joe leave LA laying not once but twice in recent weeks. First in the backstage area, then moments after LA Knight had successfully defended his United States Championship against Austin Theory last month in Atlanta. LA Knight got a measure of revenge a couple of weeks ago when he brawled with Joe Coffey after Coffey had defeated Apollo Crews here on SmackDown. Something's brewing between these two men, and it's all surrounding the United States Championship. LA Knight wanted to settle the score here tonight. Joe Coffey said, "I'll see you at Saturday night's main event." But LA Knight breaking things down into a fight. He did not make the trip to San Antonio only to mince words. But Joe Coffey, you gotta give the devil his due, as tough as they come, and if LA wants to fight, Coffey's gonna meet him in the middle. He's got a chair and he goes right into the rib cage of the United States Champion. This is not a match, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fight. And if that matchup gets official, then these two men will meet inside of the ring for the United States Championship a week from Saturday in Phoenix at Saturday night's main event. And for the third time now, Coffey has left LA laying. Well, we're going to try to regroup here at ringside, but ladies and gentlemen, next week on SmackDown, Carmelo Hayes returns to the Blue Brand for the first time since the events of this past Sunday night at Backlash, defeating his ex-best friend Trick Williams in the no-holds-barred match. What is next for Melo? We're going to hear from the man they call him next week in Glendale. Plus, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. They have targeted Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate in recent weeks here on SmackDown. Next week, all of these men gonna come together for a massive tag team matchup. The Bruiserweight and the Big Strong Boy take on the Celtic Warrior and the Scottish Warrior live next Thursday night on SmackDown. And what a night it has been already here in San Antonio. And we got one more qualifying bout on hand.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
Well, in a short amount of time, Bronson Reed has made some enemies here on SmackDown. Remember Spring Stampede a couple of weeks ago for No Nation Gaming channel members, the attack on World Heavyweight Champion Ilja Dragunov. Cody Rhodes stepping up for Dragunov. Taking on Reed 2 weeks ago here on SmackDown. Reed getting frustrated and elected to beat down Cody with a steel chair, causing a disqualification. Well, I'm sure Ilja Dragunov would not mind getting in the ring with Bronson Reed, and I'm sure Cody Rhodes is itching to get his hands with the big man after the events of 2 weeks ago and coming up short this past Sunday. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes wrestling the match of a lifetime against the man Dragon Sunday night at Backlash. It may not have gone his way, but opportunity once again rears its head. Cody Rhodes has got the roadblock of all roadblocks standing in his way tonight. But if somehow, some way, he can defeat Bronson Reed, Cody's going directly to Glendale next week with another #1 contenders opportunity hanging in the balance.
And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Well, Cody's been in a handful of triple threat matches already this year, back at the main event of WrestleMania, falling short to Drew McIntyre and Ilja Dragunov, where Dragunov would pin McIntyre to become the World Heavyweight Champion. And of course, it was last month here on SmackDown that Cody defeated Karrion Kross as well as AJ Styles to punch his ticket to Backlash. Unfortunately, that opportunity not going how the American Nightmare would have hoped. And although a massive obstacle stands in Cody's way tonight, when has he ever been one to back down from a challenge? No matter how far Cody gets knocked down off the pedestal, he will scratch and claw and do anything it takes to get back to the top. And if that means going through Big Bronson Reed tonight, a man who is pissed off, fired up, and willing to do anything he's got to do to get to the main event here on SmackDown, then so be it. We are underway with this rematch 2 weeks in the making. Cody and Reed qualifying bout. Bronson Reed said before our very eyes just 2 weeks ago that the reason he attacked Ilja Dragunov, the reason he accepted Cody Rhodes' challenge for that night, that because during his time on Monday Night Raw, the reason he lost the Intercontinental Championship was because he got soft, was because he lost his edge. Reed said no more. He was going to start taking names, kicking ass, and winning championships here on SmackDown. That matchup between him and Cody 2 weeks ago might have gone to a disqualification. You can go back and check the receipts. Bronson Reed ever dominating during that fight. I'm sure he's looking to repeat history here tonight. What a clothesline to Cody Rhodes. Looking to repeat history tonight, but this time ensure that he gets the victory. Karrion Kross and Finn Balor have already punched their ticket to the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona next Thursday night right here on SmackDown. Either Cody Rhodes or Bronson Reed will join those two individuals in that #1 contenders triple threat matchup. The winner of that goes directly to Glasgow, Scotland. Sunday night, May the 25th at Clash at the Castle to meet Ilja Dragunov for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. Cody Rhodes on top, going for the drop kick. Bronson Reed saw it coming a mile away. And now the big man press slamming Cody Rhodes down again. Bronson Reed had a great first year on Monday Night Raw, won the Intercontinental Championship. It feels he got soft and lost his edge in the process. He was drafted over to SmackDown, and although it's only been a few short weeks, Bronson Reed has already made an impact involving some of SmackDown's top stars. Oh! That is what Cody cannot afford. Sentons like that, powerful maneuvers by Reed. Maneuvers where he's using all his weight to crush the skeleton of the American Nightmare. Bronson Reed looking for a breakout situation here. Something that's going to bring him to that World Championship picture on SmackDown. Well, tonight could be that opportunity. Another senton. Let us not forget the near 20-minute battle that Cody Rhodes and Ilja Dragunov had just this past Sunday night in Lyon, France. There is a chance that Cody's coming into this matchup not 100% to say the least. Now he's walking in to the big Aussie, this super heavyweight. Cody Rhodes, said it before, we'll say it again, running into the roadblock of all roadblocks here tonight. Reed just continuously using all of his weight to crush Cody Rhodes. And make sure Cody Rhodes, oh my goodness, that could have been disastrous. Trying to take the breath out of the lungs of the American Nightmare. Cody was able to dodge. Reed coming off that middle rope for an elevated senton. Rhodes got out of the way. Moonsault, and now pedigree by the American Nightmare. Will it be enough to keep down the big Aussie? Not just yet. Bronson Reed still alive. Cody Rhodes able to survive in this matchup. Nearly crushed, nearly sent through the canvas by Bronson Reed, but the American Nightmare continuing to fight. Rhodes knows what it's like to hit rock bottom and have to force himself to scratch and claw all the way back to the top. He's seen it before. He'll do it again. And if he wants another round with Ilja Dragunov for the World Championship, well, this is the path he's going to have to travel. Another moonsault off the middle rope, directly to the pinfall. Reed still alive. Exhilarating main event on hand as Cody Rhodes and Bronson Reed clash for the final spot in next week's Triple Threat #1 Contenders matchup. Oof! Reed just drilling Cody Rhodes down with that DDT. Rhodes again center the ropes. Here's Bronson Reed, body splash into the elbow. And they just don't make him like Bronson Reed. He is a completely different cat. Rhodes center the ropes again. What's Reed got in mind? Black hole slam. And you look at Reed's arsenal. His offense here tonight, he's clearly adding some new tricks to the tool belt. Reed looking to enter that World Championship picture here on SmackDown. And looking to take no prisoners in doing so. Death Valley driver to the American Nightmare. And Cody somehow, some way, able to survive again. You see frustration starting to boil over. This is what happened 2 weeks ago, and this is why Bronson Reed elected to beat down Cody Rhodes with that steel chair and make a statement instead of going for the victory. As he ragdolls Cody Rhodes out of the corner, we remind you that that cannot be the mindset of Bronson Reed here tonight. Reed needs to find a way to defeat Cody Rhodes, needs to keep down the former World Heavyweight Champion if he wants to make his way to the Triple Threat next Thursday. Couple more of those sentons. I think he's gonna pancake Cody Rhodes. And it's sure victory. Cody Rhodes surviving. Certainly not thriving, my goodness. I don't know how much more the human body can take. Cody Rhodes may already be gasping for air. Reed's just playing with his food, ragdolling Cody Rhodes around this ring, looking to ensure that he gets a victory over a former world champion here tonight, last year's King of the Ring winner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. German suplex out of the corner. Reed once again into the lateral. Cody again kicks out. There's Bronson. Reed has yet to attempt that tsunami. He did lay out Cody Rhodes with it 2 weeks ago, albeit it was after the matchup had already ended. Oh, there's Cody off the sidestep. Cody! Bronson Reed's own momentum taking him down, and Cody was able to take advantage. Cody throwing some haymakers. The only thing he knows how to do, continue to fight. Cody Rhodes. Bionic elbow. Through the war with Ilja Dragunov. Walking into this matchup less than 100%. And all the offense that Bronson Reed has instituted so far, somehow Cody Rhodes is still in this battle. Reed brought to his feet. I don't know if that was a wise decision. Now, oh my goodness. Now it's Cody Rhodes who's brought off his feet with a lariat. Reed, he's going up top. Tsunami! The tsunami delivers. Well, Reed, hold on. Reed's not going for the cover just yet. Bronson Reed wants to add insult to injury here. Wants to rub some salt into the wounds, my goodness. Well, Reed's already had trouble keeping Cody down 2 weeks ago and now again tonight. And I think Reed is looking to do a multitude of things. Add some insult to injury, make a statement, but also ensure that he has instituted enough offense to put Cody Rhodes down for good. Senton off the middle. Oh no. And now he's going back to the top. Cody, you might just want to stay down. Live to fight another day. The battle wounds all over the flesh of the American Nightmare. Cody, wait a minute. Sidestep. Crossroads. 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 How the hell did he do it? Into the cover. He got him. Cody's going to the triple threat.
Here is your winner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
I don't know how the hell he did it, but Cody Rhodes at the last-ditch second, able to survive that shot from the top by Bronson Reed, sidestepping it and hitting the crossroads where it mattered most. Well, you see the flesh wounds all over Cody Rhodes. He was in a fight tonight. He may have internal bleeding after all the body damage from Bronson Reed. But the headline and the result will read this. Cody Rhodes overcomes the obstacle. The American Nightmare is on his way to Glendale, fighting for a #1 contender's opportunity live next Thursday night on SmackDown.